clover off. Probably gonna mow it only one more time after this and then let it go for the rest of the fall, but we're gonna go ahead and spruce it up a little bit and take off this top layer. Real thick clover growth, and then I might even come in and spray it with a Rest Max, kill all the broadleaves if there's some broadleaves coming up through, but there really shouldn't be. There's so much clover in here that it really drowns out and outcompetes all the other weeds and stuff. So I'll get a camera over on that pole so we can see what's going on in here too. Got the portable shanty hooked up, and we're going to take it back home and get it cleaned out. Did some turkey hunting out of this spring, and thinking about selling this one, and I think I'm going to upgrade to something that's a little more scent proof that I can haul around. I'll get a trailer for it, and just probably might be a Banks blind or something that's insulated and I can seal the windows. This thing's awesome, but my issue is I just can't conceal my scent very good in it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I might just post it on Facebook Marketplace and upgrade this summer. What do you think, Scout? Upgrade? Yep. She shook her head. Yep, I should upgrade. Well, I've been working back in the hidey hole food plot all morning, and I got a bunch of these crabapple trees cut down on the edge of the plot over there, and we're gonna go ahead and remove all those out of there. And the goal is I'm gonna get across the creek and clean all that out, at least like a 20-yard wide lane, so I can hunt this food plot from the stump 4 on the property line over there. So it's gonna take a lot of work, but we're getting there slowly but surely. This has been like a 6-year-long process back here. It's pretty amazing to think what this used to be as compared to what it is now. This used to be all brush that you literally couldn't even walk through, and you know, now I've got about an acre opened up in here that's growing really good food plot. You can see how thick all that clover is and stuff, and got sunlight to the dirt. And I'm gonna come in here. Carl was actually going to drop me off his excavator this morning, but must be got busy with something, and or he I've been breaking everything lately, and he decided that that would be a bad idea. But anyways, eventually I'll get an excavator in here and clean these stumps out of here. So it's fun work though. Happy 4th of July as well, everybody. It's the 4th. Carl's excavator, and we're gonna do some stump digging. We got some stumps to dig up. I just changed the ditching bucket to the stumping bucket. At least that's what I'll call it. Should be able to really dig at some of these stumps and get them out of there with this. Well, I figured to give you a before and after on this stump. There's a pretty big ash tree stump right here that we're gonna go ahead and dig out. Be surprised how much stump is actually under the ground right there. Well, we got that stump pulled out. I want to show you guys how huge these really are. So that's not even that big of an ash tree. I peeled the corner of the stump off, but I wanted to show you just how deep and huge these stumps are. I mean, that is a massive hole. So what I'll do is I'll flip the stump over, and then I'm going to try to scrape back all the soil I can back into the hole, and then fill it in as much as possible. But I'll tell you what, these stumps are an absolute bear. There is no easy way to get rid of these things, but it'd be, you know, once you get them all out of here, it's really, really nice to have them out. Well, we got another big one out. Cut away at all that clay that's on the bottom and try to fill in the bottom of the hole, and then I've saved all the topsoil that I dug out over here and try to overlay the hole with the topsoil. Oh, I got this giant maple tree stump here, and this one's been a real bear. Got like a 4-foot trench dug pretty much all the way around it, and the thing still won't budge. Have to start working underneath it now. Well, we finally got that massive stump out of there. That hole is huge. I actually had to dig a path down to the bottom and start digging underneath it, and finally got it to pop free, and then I was able to just kind of roll it up out of there. But I wanted to show you what a freaking nightmare these things really are. These stumps are an absolute bear. That was a giant maple tree. And those roots just are brutal. Now it looks like a J-dam hit right here in the middle of the food plot. I'm gonna try to roll that thing on its side and get some of the dirt that's underneath it, but I don't know. I might just roll it right off the food plot and get it the heck out of here. And then I have to possibly bucket some dirt from off the side to fill in the crater here, but we got it nonetheless. It was an absolute bear. Well, I'm digging this stump out, and I see, looks like I uncovered a bunch of turtle eggs. Yeah, I'd say those are turtle eggs. Want to crack one open and see what's inside. Ooh. They're not even close to being turtles yet. That's still pretty yolky. We're getting these stumps slowly but surely. It's kind of a process here. Well, we're back after it. Had to go to a graduation party, and now I got on some shorts, got some water. We're good to go. We've got quite a few stumps pulled out of here, but we got quite a few to go yet. Some of those, especially that big maple, that was a really big bear. You can see there's a pretty big low spot in the plot there. I really should go grab some dirt and fill these in, otherwise they're going to turn into puddles. We still got to fill in these holes, but there's a big stump over there. There's 3 of them over there. We still got to get. We'll get back after it. Well, there's 3 beech tree stumps and then a big maple tree stump right here, but these beech trees are the worst stumps of them all. I mean, they have so many roots and they're so tough. I think this one we finally got to come loose. But they are just a bear of a stump to deal with. Glad that I got this one out of there. We gotta get these other ones too. Well, that is one big stump right there, folks. Got it tilted up right now. I wasn't planning on a pond in the middle of the food plot, but it'd be pretty easy to have one if I just hauled this thing out of here and left it like that. Big crater right in the middle of the food plot. But we'll flip it over and try to scrape as much of this pretty much clay, it looks like, on the bottom of that stump. Clay back in and then the topsoil back over the top. Got all that mess of stumps removed over there. It's been kind of a process, but we're getting there. I just wanted to show you what a massive stump this was. Luckily, this tree I'd cut down probably 3 years ago, so a lot of the roots are actually pretty dead and rotten, so I was able to cut through them a lot easier than if this was a fresh tree and it still had alive roots. Would have been a real bear. We got her though, slowly but surely. Well, I pulled this dead ash out that was laying on the ground, and I think it's still good enough to burn. I don't think it's as rotten as it might look. I mean, it's pretty heavy. Nonetheless, we'll cut it up. Welcome back, everybody. It is the next day, and it is freaking hot out. We're gonna go over next to the creek by the stump 4 and clear some stuff out that I want to have some shooting lanes. So I dug this ditch out yesterday, hoping this would drain this wet hole a little bit and move some debris over. So hopefully we have a little bit easier crossing here than before, but we'll get back after. Well, I'm finished up with Carl's excavator, and I got all the stumps out of here. There's no stumps left here in the food plot, and I got that area cleared out in between this plot and the stump 4. You guys will be pretty shocked when I turn the GoPro around and show you what it looks like as compared to what it did. You ready? Okay. Bam. That is way different than before. We got a clear line of sight to this hidey hole food plot back here from the stump 4 that's all the way over there. That was a lot of work, but we got her done. And what's awesome about that is, you know, entry and exit during rifle season, I won't have to step foot in here where these food plots are and where all this bedding is. I'll be able to access it right from the edge of the property over there and get in and out without hurting what's going on in here. I think I'm going to plant, I'll plant something in the middle there. I'm not sure what I'll plant yet, but we'll figure something out. But I just wanted to show you the end result. And on my way out with the excavator, I was grading the path. I had the blade down in the front, and the stinking hydraulic line to the blade got a little pinhole in it and started squirting some hydraulic fluid. So I almost made it through the entire 2 days of work with the excavator with no issues. Freaking 20 feet from the from being done, on my way out, I got a hole in the hydraulic line, so that just figures. But luckily, it looks like a short line that is pretty easily accessible. So, but I appreciate Carl letting me use it, and I got a lot done. And I've got some, I'm going to take and brush hog all this clover that's left over in here, and I made a mess with the excavator digging those stumps out. So I'm going to go through and clean up all the root chunks that I can with my hands, and you know, figure out what we're going to want to do with it come closer to the fall. There's a bald eagle flying around the top of that dead ash tree. It's probably like, hey, there's Cliff. It means dead woodchucks.